logistics and food. One of the first things people ask me is, what are you going to eat? I'm worried what's going to happen. Carol Dobson, who is, let me get her, Bon Yao, is her Zen master, Bon Yao. She is a Korean Zen practitioner in Boston. I'm going to a lecture of hers next month with my friend down there. She went off for a 100-day retreat under some pretty harsh conditions up in Maine. She went in January and stayed until the 1st of May, completely alone, chopping her own wood with no food drop-offs. Okay, here's the list of food. I'm real interested in this. I'm the one who's sprouting beans right now in my kitchen to see if I can do this. So she went in with 50 pounds of rice, 50 pounds of beans, 20 pounds of sunflower seeds, 10 pounds of Japanese tea, a bag of dried fruit, 1 jar of peanut butter. I take notes. The dried fruit and the peanut butter were finished in a month. So I know I need more peanut butter. Sure. I mean, I look at this and say, is this a balanced diet? And she did it. Mind you, she did this while chopping her own wood to keep warm, waking up at 3 a.m. every morning, and before breakfast, she did 300 prostrations, and then an hour of chanting before sunrise. And then altogether, every day, she accomplished 800 prostrations. That was her practice. I will be doing some prostrations, but it won't be 300 in a day, and not 300 in the entire. No, I'll do a little bit more than that. But she was a go-getter. This is what her teacher did in Korea, and so she wanted to duplicate it here. It was wonderful for her. So. And she was half my age, too, by the way. I noticed those things. And her book is 100 Days of Solitude, Losing Self and Grace on a Zen Retreat. She wrote that in 2004. Tenzin Palmo's Cave in the Snow, ate 1 meal a day. I really have lots of notes about what people are eating. Every day at noon. She cooked it in a pressure cooker. She's in a cave. 13,000 feet. So, everybody says, how'd you get the pressure cooker up there? She backpacked it up there. And the fact is, the meal that she had was that sampa, tea with powdered milk, fruit, lentils with vegetables, and rice, that's dal. And the dal won't cook at 13,000 feet. It'll take 3 hours of wood stove cooking. So that's why she had the pressure cooker, so she could do that. By the way, I'm not a good bean eater, so it's a little bit of a problem. She cooked, I want to go with this woman, she cooked her own sourdough bread, right? And I'm still asking, where did she get those vegetables and the fruit? Because here she was, anyways, but she had a little garden out front, and I have a garden on my porch. They're building the planters for me as we speak. After my early retreats at Theravada monasteries, I learned to eat 1 or 2 meals a day, always finishing before noon, and then having a cup of soy milk about 5 o'clock for dinner. And it actually has become, it was a special opportunity to try that and to drop some winter pounds. I did it this winter again. I dropped 14 pounds. Then I gain it as soon as I get back to Kingston. But it's surprising when you are not running your usual schedule with multiple appointments and etc. You kind of don't need quite so much food. And you're not so preoccupied, oh my gosh, it's dinner time, I haven't eaten yet. So, hard questions. I have said that I am doing this retreat not just for me, but for others. And people say, okay, talk to me about this. 18 months ago when I first came to, by the way, the first thing I did, some of you know this, when I said I wanted to do this retreat, the first thing I did was call my daughter. And I said, Amanda, I'm thinking about, I need permission from my daughter, I need permission from Mass Art where I teach, I need permission, so to speak. I said to Amanda on the phone, I said, I'm thinking about doing a year solitary retreat. And I waited. And Amanda said to me, you can do that. Mom. You can do that. And I said, wow, yes, I could. Thank you. That's my Amanda, by the way. Not one question about herself. Just thinking, my mother could do that. So I sat down and wrote about why I was doing this and how I was doing this for other people. So sitting in a small hut on the other side of the world from what I call home for a year. Why? For you. With time and space open to be of more help to others, sharing compassion and the love of all beings. For those who have others depending on them, who cannot get away for a long retreat. For all those whose health keeps them from that long flight, from those long walks, from those long hours of practice. From all those whose ties bind them to daily toil that they may not even like. For all those committed to caring for and giving to others who need them. For all those who cannot yet find a clear way through. From all those who are raising little ones who someday will grow into fine, caring adults. For all those who yearn to be on a solitary retreat and may follow this path because they knew of someone who actually did it. For you. I wrote to Bob, an email back to Bob Cole up in Vancouver, and I said, thanks for the inspiration. How does someone else doing this benefit you? And analyzing that kind of our tremendous interconnectivity, they call it the butterfly wing effect or whatever. What happens in one place is ricocheted through and is experienced someplace else. We are connected in so many ways, and we benefit from the work of the good. A smile on the street brightens both the receiver as well as she or he who sends the smile. We know this, and science proves it. So my actions are benefiting others in ways that we are just beginning to understand. Another thing is modeling or inspiring others. When I was in graduate school, a single mother of a young child, one of my fellow students told me one morning, you know, I get out of bed every morning thinking of you. And I said, really? And she said, yes. She said, I think if you can do it, I can do it, and I get up. That's strange. I know that the monks that I saw on the streets in Kyoto are modeling for me, have inspired me, and have brought me here. I also know that, and have probably made me into the Buddhist that I am, I also know my very best friend from school, from college, Tracy, who loved unconditionally and was kind and generous. She was a bodhisattva. She's now gone 8 years. So, all of these people helped me to be able to do this. And I'm here tonight to share this with you so that you might know what is happening, so you participate in it in some way. Okay, but isn't it a little selfish withdrawing from the world even for a year when so much needs to be done, people say? So, so I decided that I'm absolutely counting on you folks to do this for me while I'm away. You have to feed the hungry, you have to house the homeless, and clothe the naked. I'm depending on you because I'm busy sitting on that cushion. So really, I mean, you've got to do one of these things. I don't know about clothing the naked, but that's the recycle box, okay? And we also know about burnout. You know, it's those of us that work with volunteer situations, and people pour in so much time and effort and all. And sometimes we just say, would you please take some time off? It will benefit all of us if you would take some time off. And what I absolutely have found, people that feel they're indispensable, everything will fall apart if they go off for a long overdue solitary retreat. But we see them coming back refreshed, relaxed, revitalized, and with new wisdom.